Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the new Crystal Method album, The Trip Out. So The Trip Out is the 7th studio album by the electronic music act, The Crystal Method, and the 2nd album to be produced solely by Scott Kirkland. Now I do have a video discussing my thoughts on all of the previous albums by The Crystal Method, so you can go check that out first if you want to. So as for this album, I think it's another great addition to the Crystal Method's discography. It's not the best we've seen from the Crystal Method, but it's still worth your time, especially if you're a fan. Now the album's physical release is reportedly slated for the 15th of April. However, it has been uploaded to YouTube as of the 24th of March, so you can check it out in advance if you're interested. And yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, this album is a really cool mix of old and new ideas. There's some elements of trip-hop and electronic rock for the old school fans, and for the newcomers, there's a bit of EDM, but thankfully not the stuff you get from the Chainsmokers or Marshmello or DJ Snake or any of those guys.
We don't do that here.
The first single, Act Right, is a really aggressive modern trip-hop song featuring co-production from Val and rapping from Billy Dean Thomas, which I wasn't massive on at first, but it grew on me over time. The second single, House Broken, which is probably the most recognizable song on the album, is an EDM track featuring singer Nas Tokyo. And there's this thing in a lot of contemporary EDM which I can't stand, and it's either chopped up background vocals or echoey background vocals. This track has echoey background vocals, but they're executed in a way that I can tolerate it. And it just follows the classic formula of early 2010s EDM, though it does feel a bit more modern compared to what we got in that era. And then the third and most recent single, Post Punk, is also an aggressive trip-hop track with some electronic rock elements. It's co-produced by Hyper and features vocals from Iggy Pop. Yeah, that Iggy Pop. Plus, the music videos for Housebroken and Post Punk are pretty cool. You should check them out. If you enjoyed the ambient interludes on the two previous albums, this album also features one called Free Play. Now this album isn't perfect. Firstly, there are one or two tracks that are kind of forgettable, or they just don't live up to the rest of the album. For example, Chemical Mentalist and Friction. And upon listening to the album a second time, I realized it does suffer a little bit just from its length. There's only 8 tracks and it comes to just over half an hour, whereas most Crystal Method albums range from anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour long. And I think this album could have benefited from having at least 2 to 3 more songs. My favorite track is Housebroken, and my least favorite track is Chemical Mentalist. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Trip Out. I still enjoyed it, but it's one of the weakest Crystal Method albums to date. However, I'm still interested to see what Scott Kirkland does next. So next time, I'm going to be ranking all 7 Crystal Method albums. So look forward to that very soon. And yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Please be sure to like the video, share it and subscribe. Hit the notification icon. Be safe during this time, and I'll see you soon.